Okay, on this fabulous day, not only are you going to be mathematicians, you're going to be math detectives as we search our estimistry number 2. So take a minute and I want you to check out this awesome picture. It's very colorful, it's very bright. I love it. But I'm guessing that because we're being math detectives, we're not looking at the colors today. But let's see. So on your whiteboard right now, I want you to estimate how many objects are in this vase. How many objects are in this vase? Remember that an estimate is just an educated guess on what you think it is. It might be right, it might be wrong, but we're going to be using the clues as detectives to see how we can solve this problem. We're not erasing our estimate. We're going to do the math work to check our estimate. Clue number 1. And our notes say, as the clues appear, use the information to narrow the possibilities to a smaller set. So meaning, if my estimate is 2,000 objects in the vase, I'm going to use the clues to see if I can get my number lower from 2,000 to see if I am correct. And then I'm going to see from the clues which answer makes the most sense or is most reasonable for the objects. So right now my estimate is 2,000. So let's see if I can narrow that down to a better choice. Oh man, clue number 1. The answer is a number less than 100. So as a math detective, right now, my 2,000 estimate is wrong. So I'm going to write on my board less than 100. How does that change your estimate? How does this clue change your estimate? Here we go. Clue number 2. Ooh, the answer is an even number. So let's review what even numbers are. Even numbers are numbers that end with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. If your number ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, it is an even number. So let's check our estimation. So here's what we know. The number has to be less than 100, and the number is an even number. Clue number 3. The answer is not a multiple of 10. So what that means is that it cannot be an answer that I get when I multiply numbers by 10. And some of us know our multiplication facts by 10, some of us don't. So here's a little trick. If you can get your number counting by tens, then it's a multiple of 10. So that's not the answer. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, those are not the answer because those are multiples of 10. Okay, let's see what clue number 4 brings us. All right, math detectives. Oh, the answer does not include any of these digits. A 2, a 4, or a 6. So that means your answer, neither of the digits can have a 2, a 4, or a 6. So let's review what we know. The number is less than 100. The answer is an even number. The answer is not a multiple of 10. And the answer does not include a 2, 4, or 6. Okay, so by combining the clues and estimation, we should have enough information to determine the answer. Let's see how we did. Dun, dun, dun. 58 objects. That is what they are saying the answer is. 58 objects. So every year, the Spring Carnival, the PTO sells tickets to raise money for the school. Parents and students can use those tickets to play games, buy snacks, and get souvenirs. Each ticket costs $1. At the end of the Spring Carnival, the PTO treasurer checks to make sure that the amount of money they received and the amount of tickets sold matches. And it's a really big job because there are so many tickets to count. So instead of counting each ticket one by one, the treasurer, a treasurer is the person who's in charge of the money, asks each booth to help put the tickets into groups like this. Every 10 tickets is taped together in a bundle. 10 bundles are rubber banded together to make 100. So 10 tickets are put together in a bundle. 10 groups of 10 are rubber banded together to make 100. The cakewalk booth kept track of their tickets after each round. So in the first round, they had 22 tickets. In the second round, they had 34 tickets. In the third round, they had 21 tickets. And in the fourth round, they had 19 tickets. In round 5, they had 16 tickets. So they followed the directions and taped together the bundles of 10 for each round. Today, we want to know how many bundles of 10 and how many loose ones were there for each round. All right. Now, just like it normally does, it has another slide with some hints. That's slide 2. You don't need to solve on slide 1 and slide 2. You get to make the choice of which slide you want to put your answers on. I do need to see your work. You cannot tell me you just did it in your head. You can take pictures of your counters. If you use your whiteboard, you can take a picture of your whiteboard. If you did it another way, if you wanted to use the shapes and counters in Seesaw to show me your work, great. Those are all awesome answers. I want to see your work, and you need to solve all 3 questions. Now, if you run out of room on slide 1 and you want to continue on to slide 2, great. Totally fine. If you want to add a slide in here because you needed more space, also great. I'll be able to figure out what you did. Slide 4 is a challenge. How can you combine all the tickets using mental math? And what rounds are easier to combine and why? So your challenge problem today, those of you who love to solve these math problems in your head, this is your problem today because it's all about using mental math to solve it. So if you are one of those mathematicians that likes to just say, oh, I solved it in my head, definitely check out the challenge problem today. It was written just for you. The other problems, you have to show me your work today.